Well, hey, what's up, parents? Thanks so much for joining us, and thank you for doing the hardest job on the planet, raising your teenager. Want to keep you up to date and in the loop of what's happening, and so we'll jump right on into it. We are jumping into the Advent season. At our church, we call it Supernatural Love. It's a season where we're trying to be the hands and feet of Jesus outside of our walls, and I want you to think about how you can do this with your teenager. I know that you want your teenager to grow in their relationship with Christ. The best way that they grow is by doing, not hearing. We grow more when we're hands-on, when we're active in our faith. And so this season gives us so many opportunities to do that. We've got things like the Double Tithe Sunday. You might not think of your teenager, but that's giving towards our Costa Rica missions partnership on December 10th. Pray through and include your kids in what it looks like to talk about your family's giving. We've got things like partnering with our local schools and writing them encouraging letters. And so incorporate that with your kids. Think about what would you want to hear if you were a teacher, and what would they want to say to their teachers. So incorporate them into that. We're actually going to be joining together for all church prayer on the first Sunday of the month, December 3rd. And so come with your student, pray with them about the things that God's leading you towards in this season. One of the things is December 17th. That's our huge Christmas services. And we're challenging you to invite somebody. And there's an entire prayer plan that we have set out for you. And so incorporate that with your kids. Talk about it as a family, about who you're going to invite, and then watch them just their faith be built as God's answering prayers. You journey through them with praying who to invite, praying that God would move before them, praying for the actual invite. And so you want to include them in as many things as possible. And then December 3rd, after all church prayer, we always have our youth Afterglow. And so we are going to have our annual Christmas party with a gift exchange. And so you do have to have a little bit of preparation to come to this one. We're asking that everyone brings a wrapped gift. If you don't have time, want to throw it in a bag, that's fine. That's probably what I'm going to do. But it's about $15. So it could be homemade as long as it's something that people would want. So we're not talking junk. We're talking things that, oh, this is cool. I would like to get this. So there's always confusion between white elephant, gift exchange. This is a legitimate gift exchange. And so around $15, not trying to break the bank, but it's always a great time for our youth ministry. Well, hey, midweeks have been going great. We had a week off for Thanksgiving, and we just have a few weeks left, believe it or not, before the year is over. We're going to be taking a break during the last 2 weeks of December to let our teams spend time with family for the holidays. And so we've got just a few weeks left. We are following along our church with our Sacred Rhythm series, where in this part 2, we've been honing in on what does it look like for discipleship, specifically in the area of community. And students oftentimes have conflicts with one another, whether it's gossip or frustration or jealousy or bitterness or broken friendships and relationships. And so we want to talk about what it looks like for them to live out godly relationships. And we'll be doing that over the next couple weeks. Well, hey, we've got winter retreat coming up as well. One of the best, most wonderful times of the year. It's the weekend right before New Year's Eve. We'll be leaving on that Friday, and we'll be coming home New Year's Eve. And so anyone who wants to rally and power nap and get ready to celebrate, they can do that. But we are so excited. We've got over 90 teenagers registered. It's one of our biggest groups in a long time. And so there's still time to register. The cost is $220. And man, again, maybe you're thinking of a friend that your student wants to invite, and maybe that's a generous thing that you could do, is help pay for someone to get on that trip. We believe that when you get a teenager in the presence of God, it is life-changing. We've got a great friend of mine who's going to be our guest speaker, 4 sessions of diving into God's word and ministry over your students. And so we're so excited for that. If you didn't know, there's a way you can partner with us and help us. You're invited. I don't know if you knew that or not, but you are invited to come with us to our winter retreat. We have got over 14 parents already signed up, and my hope is that we can get 20 more parents. So 6 more parents. Maybe you're watching there and you think, okay, I can do that. Maybe you come with your spouse. We have got a beautiful log cabin, mansion, beautiful fireplace, full kitchen area just for you to hang out while you participate in our kitchen crew. We need parents to help make that happen. The more we get, the easier it is. And we've got one of the biggest teams we've ever had. So if you're ever been interested in what happens, or maybe you're looking to get connected, this would be a great way for you to take a sneak peek into youth ministry and serve along fellow parents that weekend. So you can sign up for that right on the Church Center app, and we'd invite you to do that as well. Well, hey, let me talk some future stuff in summer trip. Just real quick. Some of you, I want to make you aware of what's happening. Now, we got word that our Bold Conference that we normally attend has been a different date than we normally would go, and it is right before our Costa Rica missions trip. So we're not going to be able to do that. So we are going to continue to plan an amazing trip for your students. And to be honest, things are really tough to plan with costs just continuing to increase. So with what we're looking at right now, it's looking between an $1,100 and $1,200 trip this summer. And it's going to be epic. It's going to be incredible. God's already speaking to me about what we're going to be teaching your students during that time. But because it's going to cost so much, we want to make sure you are fully aware of our Wild Game Dinner fundraiser. And so if you're a veteran parent and you already participate in this fundraiser, great. You know what's going on. Drop-offs and receiving of your donations will come in January. You can log off and get on with your day. But if you don't know about Wild Game Dinner, stay on with me for just a few more moments, and I want to tell you what it's all about. So our church has a great tradition of hosting a wild game dinner. It's the first weekend in February, over 2 nights. Almost 700 people attend this dinner. Now at this dinner, our youth serve it, and they also get donations where they can raise money. Students can raise easily over $1,000, and what they make all depends on how many donations they get. Okay, so in order to make money, you need to do 2 things. You need to get donations, turn them into us, and you need to serve at the dinner. So on the Church Center app, you can register your student. You have to serve for a setup session and a serving session. So you're going to set up for the dinner either Thursday night or Saturday afternoon before the dinner, and then you're going to serve at the dinner Friday night or Saturday night. So I'm just going to repeat that. In order to make money, you need to do 2 things. You need to serve, a setup, and a dinner, and you need to get donations. The more donations your student gets, the more money that they make. Donations can be in all kinds of forms, whether that's services, whether that's gift cards, whether that's items, whether that's checks. And we have items that are in a silent auction. We have $100 to $200 items that go in a bucket raffle. We have items that are over $300 to $2,000 that go in a live auction. And so there's all kinds of different ways for you to participate in getting donations. If you're not sure, ask us. We are so available. There's actually a packet that we've been sending home with students since September that has all the information, all the details on how it works, recommendations on what kind of businesses to solicit, letters for you to give to those businesses that have our tax exempt ID number on them, and all the things that you're going to need to make sure it's a successful fundraiser. Our commitment to you is that we are going to provide an opportunity for your student to go on any of our trips without ever paying a dime out of pocket. And so to do that, you've got to be ahead of the game and not wait to the last minute. So we're letting you know those packets are available at the loft in our midweek, and we'll be bringing them back to church. You can get them on Sunday morning as well. Well, hey, that's all I've got for you right now. Thank you so much for joining us and doing the hardest job on the planet. As you go, may you passionately pursue God and relentlessly reveal Jesus to your teenager.